right? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, well, here's something that's really cool. We're ending our show with a customer favorite. I mean, huge, huge wow factor. This is the 8-piece Jumbo Begonia collection. The biggest, brightest blooms I think you've ever seen. If you've ever shopped for begonias, that's what makes them super popular. More than 135,000 have been sold here at QVC. It's going to come with a full-size bottle of the Flower Magic. Just the Flower Magic bottle alone is $19.95 at retail. You're getting the Flower Magic and your 8 pieces for $34 and change. We started the season with 29,000. I have fewer than 1,400 to go along. And right away, just look at it. Boom! It just grabs you, right? Doesn't it?
Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, so this is our Jumbo American hybridized begonia collection. And this took over 80 years to hybridize what you're holding, the typical Dutch begonia.
Let me show you. Now, this is what I think of when I think of begonias.
That's what
and I see them all the time. I see them at my discount grocery store.
You see them at your neighbor's house.
Right? And it's like cute.
It's cute, but wouldn't you rather have a begonia flower that's bigger than that entire plant?
Oh, yes, please.
Well, that's what you can do. That's what this collection is all about. You know that old American adage, bigger is better? That is what this collection is all about. And when you consider you get 8 bulbs and the bottle of fertilizer, it's such an incredible value because these plants are going to be producing these enormous, colorful flowers in about 70 to 80 days in the shade.
What? Say that again.
In the shade.
How can a big old beautiful flower like that, like the shade?
Well, if you have shady garden, you'll know it's really difficult to bring color to the shade.
Right.
This is the ultimate collection to bring the color to the shade, but it's also such a wonderful plant because it's so easy to plant. You know, as my grandmother Roberta, I would call her Gaga. As Gaga was getting older, she had some really bad knees, so it was really difficult for her to get down and do a lot of planting. But the begonia bulb is so easy to plant. You literally just kind of drop it right on the ground, cover it with a ½ inch of soil, and you've planted your begonias. She loved them for that reason. Not to mention the flowers were enormous and she could see them from her kitchen window.
Oh, I used to say that the begonia was that plant that was, you know, I quote, too dumb to die, and then Court yelled at me and he said, no, it's just smarter than you, Stacy. And so I now stand corrected and will forever remember that. But that's what people love about easy growing, but look at the payoff. This is, again, this is bringing the flower show to your garden. That's what the Walling family has done best over the 19 years being here with us. And I gotta tell you, when I look at the close-up shots, these petals look hand-painted.
They're really beautiful. The flowers, the petals, when you consider that these are going to be producing enormous 5 to 7 inch wide flowers. That's a flower size that's about 5 times as big as your typical Dutch begonia. And
it's about the size of my hand. Well, it's bigger than my hand. Look at this. Well, I've been known to have a big face. Or, I mean, that's a big mouth. Sorry, I got the two confused. But look at that. I mean, they're gorgeous. Imagine this in a pot, on your deck, on your patio, flanking the entrance, your front door. What a welcome for your guests. What a welcome that you get to come home to and just see something so bright, so big, so bold, so beautiful. And it's that flower, it's going to be that plant that doesn't get lost in the scenery. It stands out. You see, the neighbors will see as they're walking, and yes, in the shade.
Yeah, everyone knows begonias because they're so easy to grow. And with this collection, we would like to make it even easier by including the full bottle. What is it? 10 ounces makes 500 quarts of fertilizer. That's 125 gallons.
Okay, so tell me how we would use that to,
it's so easy.
With our begonias.
So will you use this with all of your plants? You literally just put a few droplets in whatever watering vessel you're using and water the plants with it.
And we do it every time we water?
About once a week is great.
Okay.
So when you consider this bottle is about $19.50, doing the simple math, each of your 8 bulbs is around $2.
Oh, I'm glad you're better at math than I am.
I can thank my dad for that one.
And then you get them again as 8 tubers, right?
Exactly, yeah, and we'll show you guys just how easy these are to plant in in a second. But you're going to be getting an assortment of all of these different colors. Now these flowers are enormous, 5 to 7 inch wide flowers. Look at that in a window box. You know, right now I'm starting to see a lot of my neighbors, they kind of have their little planters with their tiny little begonias, and they look nice, but all of my neighbors have this same exact little red flowered begonias, and you know, they're just not that unique. If you want something that's beautiful and just as easy to grow, this is a collection for you. These are going to be blooming in about 70 to 80 days. 70 to 80 days, you're going to have enormous flowers like that in your garden.
And remember, this is a perennial, so it just gets better year after year. For an investment of less than $35, the big wow factor, something that has been set up for success for you. You're going to see the tubers that these come shipped to you. Now, here's the math that I can do. We started the season with 29,000. We've sold almost 21,000. That means we have fewer than 900 to go around. Did you follow that math?
That was not very good.
No, that wasn't good.
29,000.
We started with 29,000. We sold more than, oh yeah, that was bad math. We sold.
Let's not worry about the math for now.
28,000.
Let's not worry about the math.
This is why I was an English writing major. Here's what you need to know. I have fewer than 900 to go around. So again, this is one of those items we're gonna see go.
It's gonna be gone
before probably the end of the day, because a lot of people shop for Roberta's online. And if you missed any of our 2-hour show, I encourage you to go to QVC.com, because you'll be able to learn, re-watch our presentations,
oh gosh, yeah,
so
there's
you know
a lot of good
how
information.
to plant this
Court's
for
always
you.
cracking jokes, so it's, you know, get some popcorn.
And us hosts are always doing bad math, so
Yeah,
it's entertainment all around.
So I just want to show you guys how easy these are to plant. Here is one of your 8 tubers. Now we have full growing guides. You don't need to remember anything I'm about to say, but all you have to do, you go to your pot, you go right to the earth, and you kind of just plop it right down in there. Now from here, you cover it with about a ½ an inch of soil, and you just planted your first begonia. And that is why my grandmother, Roberta, loved these begonias, because even with her bad knees, she could still plant the begonias and still enjoy her flowers and her garden with ease.
It is one of the best flowers that you can help teach your children and grandchildren and get them into gardening with, because it's gonna, you know, it's easy for them to be successful. Oh, here's something I can tell you. Fewer than 700 to go around. You started cracking up. You're like, oh no, please don't.
Math.
Please don't do any more numbers, Stacy. I do have one more number for you on the jumbo begonias. Your item number, M16675. Is what you need to know if you're going to place that order, Devin. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Stacey.
He laughs with me, not at me. Yeah, maybe a little bit of both, right?
A little of both,
Court does a little bit of both. We know that.
gosh.
But we have a good friendship. Okay.
It's a great time together.
Fewer than 400 of these to go around. We wanted to bring them back for you because we had them in the 4 o'clock hour, and I realize a lot of you are just waking up on this Thursday morning. This is to create a perfumery of your dreams in your yard. It's our 8-piece double pearl tuberose collection. It's going to come with a bottle of Flower Magic.
Yes.
It's less than $30. I have less than 400 remaining. At Roberta's website, this collection is $40. So we just had the better price, but oh my goodness, the tuberose.
It's well worth it.
Never been to Hawaii.
Yes.
If you've been, you know this smell.
Yes, you know, the tuberose is an intoxicating, heady aroma. I'm telling you, any woman who has ever smelled it, it becomes her favorite scent. And it's one of the top fragrances used by all the perfumeries in the world. The absolute oil, that's the oil made from the tuberose flowers itself, is more valuable than its weight in gold.
Oh my goodness. And how many pieces are we getting? We're getting the 8 pieces,
whole pieces.
All the same variety, right?
Yes, there are all these double white, waxy flowers that come with the bottle of the Hawaiian Flower Magic 9189. And look at all the numbers of flowers, numerous waxy star-shaped flowers, all with multiple petals. You can find other tuberose in your garden center, perhaps, but they're more like a tube shape. They don't have the multi-petal like this. Yes, it's just one layer, but this is what you're getting. That's the Roberta's difference. And the fragrance is going to be in your yard from July through October, and I love that because when all your other fragrant flowers in your garden